Hi, this is Ravi from the Nifty BN channel. It's time again for a technical outlook video on the Nifty 50 index. Let's use option chain analysis, Fibonacci retracement, support and resistance zones, trend lines, and weekly pivot points to do just this. We are looking at the daily chart of the Nifty 50 index. As mentioned in the previous week's technical outlook video, Nifty faced stiff resistance at around 11350 level, which was a confluence area of huge gap resistance at 11382 formed on February 28th, and the 78.6% retracement mark of the fall from 12430.4 to 7511.10 level placed at the 11377.75. In fact, this week's high was at 11341.05. Nifty has posted a spinning top candle on the daily chart on Wednesday, which suggests options of follow-up buying. It is evident that there was profit booking at the higher levels, as the index has rallied sharply in the last many sessions. The indecisive spinning top candle was then followed by a bearish candle on Thursday, suggesting a bearish bias among the market participants, and this was followed by another bearish candle on Friday. It is clear that Nifty has faced resistance at the rising trendline pattern resistance that lies just above the 200-day EMA, which is currently at 10,848.87. Now let's switch to the 1-hour chart. Nifty's move beyond the 11,238.60 level on Tuesday was probably a false breakout, as it failed to sustain. But it has found support exactly at the gap support at 11,030.30, and a breach of this level in the coming week could result in a follow-up correction to 10,800 to 10,900 levels, and any bounce could be sold again at higher levels at 11,238.60. The upside is likely to remain capped at the 11,350 level, and a decisive breakout can only change the prevailing bearish bias, else consolidation would continue. As always, I recommend the low risk bullish installment collar strategy for those who wish to go long, and the bearish installment collar strategy for those who wish to go short. You will find a link to the video in the description. The India Volatility Index, India VIX, declined further by 2.16% to 24.19, and this is the only relief to the bulls. The advance to decline ratio was negative for the day, as only 676 stocks settled higher on NSE against 891 declines. Now let's look at one of the common mistakes made by beginners when they start trading options. On the other side of the video, we will look at the option chain analysis. Mistake number 2. Not monitoring the economic calendar. Monitoring the economic calendar is vital to a trader's success. It can help to keep you updated with the most important news announcements and press releases. Economic calendar keeps you ahead of all market moving events such as economic indicators, earnings announcements, and monetary policy decisions. And the consequences of ignoring it can be disastrous. These market moving events usually come with increased volatility. Option premium undergoes a dramatic rise prior to an earnings announcement and a significant decline immediately after it. And if you don't keep a tab on such events, you may have to suffer significant drawdown. For example, if Reliance is about to announce earnings, its options tend to be more expensive in the days before the announcement. A beginner, unaware of all this, purchases an option before earnings, just to witness the premium DK rapidly post the announcement. Now let's look at the option chain of August 27th monthly expiry. Being the start of a new series, the build-up in options is quite scattered. On the put side, it is evident that maximum open interest stood at 11,000 followed by 10,000 levels. While on the call side, maximum open interest was at 11,500 followed by 12,000 levels. For identifying strikes where there was significant option writing, we have to skip at the money strikes and identify those strikes with a positive change of open interest. It is evident that on the call side, there was significant writing at 11,500 and then 11,100 levels. And on the put side, significant writing was seen at 10,500 and then 10,200 levels. For identifying strikes where there was significant option unwinding, we have to identify those strikes with a negative change of open interest. It is evident that on the call side, there was significant unwinding at 11,300 and then 11,700 levels. And on the put side, significant unwinding was seen at 11,200 and then 10,100 levels. This indicates there is a potential resistance at 11,400 and 11,500 levels and a potential support at 10,900 and 10,800 levels. So the trading range can be between 10,800 to 11,500. Weekly pivot points are theoretical support and resistance levels based on the previous week's high, low, and close values. Last week's high, low, and close values are 11,341.05, 11,027.50, and 11,088.25. Based on these values, 11,152.26 is the pivot point, 11,277.03, 11,465.81 and 11,590.58 are resistance levels, and 10,963.48, 10,838.71 and 10,649.93 are support levels for this week. In the coming week, I am looking for the market to drop down to at least the 10,800 to 10,900 range, where it might find support from the 200-day EMA. The upside is likely to remain capped at the 11,350 to 11,400 range. Thank you for watching. Please post any questions you have in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. To find us on Twitter and Telegram, use the username NiftyBN. Also, I post some of my trades to the community tab, so don't forget to check that from time to time.